Welcome student on another video lecture. Topic is alkaloid. In that we are going to discuss about the mechanism of action or pharmacological effect which is produced by belladonna. As such, the belladonna leaves, flowering tops and roots, they are used as a drug. From that, belladonna leaves is mainly used for internal preparations which are used as sedatives, and the formulations which are prepared from root, they are mainly used externally. Now, the mechanism of action of belladonna. The active components of belladonna act as a competitive antagonist or at muscarinic receptor. So these are the antagonists of muscarinic receptor. So whatever the action which are produced by binding of acetylcholine to muscarinic receptor, it will prevent this action. They are antagonists. By blocking the binding of acetylcholine to central nervous system and parasympathetic postganglionic muscarinic receptor, it will prevent the binding of acetylcholine to the muscarinic receptor, and thus it will prevent the actions which are produced by binding of acetylcholine to muscarinic receptor. That is the main and important mechanism of action of belladonna. Now, muscarinic receptor. Before going to discuss about the different effects, we must know about the muscarinic receptor. Muscarinic receptors, these are metabotropic receptors. They are also known as G protein, ligand gated G protein coupled receptor. When these muscarinic receptor get activated by acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter which is released, and due to that release of acetylcholine, it will activates the muscarinic receptor. And when these muscarinic receptor they will get activated, then they will produce a parasympathetic reaction in the organ or tissue where they are located or where they are present. So if these muscarinic receptors are overstimulated by acetylcholine, then it will lead to increased parasympathetic responses, and that will also produce various harmful effects, and it will also cause dysfunction of various organs, and it will also produce certain diseases. So acetylcholine, that is a neurotransmitter, it get released, it will attach or it will activate the muscarinic receptor. Due to activation of muscarinic receptor, it will produce a parasympathetic reaction in the organ or tissue in which it is present. These muscarinic receptor, they are G protein coupled receptor. So they will use this signaling mechanism, G protein coupled receptor signaling mechanism to give the action, to produce the action. So it will present in the cell membrane. So acetylcholine that will bind or form a complex with the muscarinic receptor in the cell membrane of certain neuron or cell. Here the acetylcholine, it is a ligand which is attached to the muscarinic receptor. When it will bind with the muscarinic receptor, it will produce parasympathetic reaction. So when the acetylcholine it will bind with the muscarinic receptor, it will generate a second messenger, and depending upon which type of protein is present, because it is a G protein coupled receptor, it will follow that mechanism or signaling way of G protein. So acetylcholine, they will bind with the muscarinic receptor, and according to which type of protein is present, they will produce a second messenger. Now if the protein is a GQ protein receptor, the GQ protein, then it will cause a excitatory effect, and it will generate phospholipase C and protein kinase. These phospholipase C will produce a second messenger. That second messenger may be a diacylglycerol or inositol triphosphate IP3. Now there will be increase in protein kinase as well as calcium intracellularly, and it will produce a excitatory reaction. These muscarinic receptor, these are of 5 types: M1, M2, M3, M4 and M5, out of which M1, M3 and M5 are stimulatory receptors. They will produce a stimulatory effect, whereas M2 and M4 are the inhibitory receptor. M1 and M1 receptors, they are generally present in brain, whereas M3 receptors, they are present in GI tract, blood vessel, pupils, all these contain M3 receptor. In case of asthma, there will be increase in eosinophil level. Eosinophil level is already increased in case of asthma, and that will release major basic protein. Now these major basic proteins will attach with the M2 receptor. When these will attach to the M2 receptor, they will cause relaxation, they will cause constriction of airways, or the relaxation of airway become difficult. The airway will not relax, it will get constricted, and due to binding of this major basic protein to the M2 receptor, there will be no binding site for acetylcholine to the M2 receptor. Now that acetylcholine will bind to the M3 receptor, and when this acetylcholine will bind with the M3 receptor, it will cause stimulation of constriction of airways. Again the airway get constricted, and in this way asthmatic signals are produced. Now what the drug will do? Drug will prevent the binding of acetylcholine to M3 receptor, and due to which there will be no constriction of airway, or the relaxation of smooth muscle or relaxation of bronchial muscle will take place, and in this way it will helpful in asthma or asthmatic condition, because it will prevent the binding of acetylcholine to M3 receptor, and hence there will be no constriction which is produced by acetylcholine, and hence the airway get relaxed, and in this way it will help in asthmatic condition. Second is, it is used as used in bladder and urinary retention. Many times the overactive bladder will occur, that is known as overactive bladder syndrome, and that will occur due to overactivity of detusor muscle. The detusor Thus, the active components of belladonna mediate anticholinergic action. The main effects include inhibition of secretions such as dry mouth, tachycardia, increased heart rate, pupillary dilation. The conditions such as those persons suffering from myopia, that is nearsightedness, when the belladonna drug is given to this patient, M3 receptors which are involved in myopia, acetylcholine will react with M3 receptor, and due to which it will cause constriction of pupil. Whereas when the drug is given to such patient, then it will prevent the binding of acetylcholine to M3 receptor, and it will prevent the constriction of pupil, and whereas it will cause the dilation of pupil. So dilation of pupil is one of the use where the belladonna drug is used. After that, relaxation of smooth muscle in gut, it will causes relaxation of smooth muscle, so decrease the peristalsis, bronchi, biliary tract, and bladder urinary retention. Those patients who are suffering from overactive bladder syndrome, in that case this overactive bladder syndrome is caused due to detrusor muscle which becomes overactive, and due to overactivity of this detrusor muscle, it will cause urinary frequency, it will increase the urinary frequency as well as urgency in urine, and when acetylcholine it will react with M2 receptor, it will causes decrease in detrusor relaxation, and due to which the constriction will occur, and urine retention is also decreased, and it will lead to urgency and frequency in urinate. Whereas the drug will act as an antagonist, it will prevent the binding of acetylcholine to M2 receptor, and due to which it will cause detrusor muscle relaxation, and it will increase the urine retention. So in this way it is also helpful in overactive bladder syndrome by increasing urine retention, and decreases the frequency of urination. Inhibition of gastric secretion. Atropine, it is a stimulant of central nervous system. Also the atropine and hyoscyamin, it will increase heart rate, increase blood pressure, and possible arrhythmias, dizziness. So in case of heart, the muscarinic antagonist atropine, it will block the acetylcholine from binding to muscarinic receptor, and these muscarinic receptor, they are present in SA node of heart, and by blocking this binding of acetylcholine with muscarinic receptor, it will downregulate the parasympathetic response and upregulate the sympathetic response, and thus it will increase the heart rate and cardiac contractility. Now, the allied drugs: Indian belladonna from Atropa acuminata royal. It differs from its derived from Atropa belladonna in that the flowers are yellowish brown and its leaves are brownish green in color. That drug will grows wild in Himalayan regions and North India and is cultivated in Kashmir Valley. Tropa baetica Wilk is another allied drug or species native to southern Spain or northern Morocco, and it produces yellow flower and black berries and regarded as an endangered species. Now that species will going endangered, so these are the two allied drugs of belladonna leaves. After that, allied drug for belladonna root from Atropa acuminata consists of brownish grey root. Root color is brownish grey. Stolons, rootstock and stem bases. Young roots resemble those of Atropa belladonna. Young root is look like a root of Atropa belladonna, but older ones shows concentric zonation of secondary xylem. Older roots, they shows a concentric zonation differentiation on secondary xylem. Adulterants: of numerous recorded adulterants of belladonna leaves, those of Phytolacca decandra and Ailanthus glandulosa. So these are the two adulterants which are mixed with the belladonna leaves. First one is of Phytolacca decandra and second one is Ailanthus glandulosa. Adulterant for root is Phytolacca decandra. The roots of Phytolacca decandra, they are mixed with the roots of Atropa belladonna in a sample of belladonna. So these are the two adulterants. So if you like my video, please press the like button and subscribe my channel. Thank you.